Erickson Aircrane is hoping to raise $76 million in its offering, but this company is dependent on just a few customers for most of its revenue. So Francis, when you take a look at this, does that concern you that so much of their revenue is tied into just so few customers?
Well, sure. If you look at it, they're coming at 12 times earnings for 2011, and the revenue for 2011 was up 30% over 2010, which looks impressive on the surface. The other thing is you look at the backlog, and the backlog's down 29%. And the reason it's down is because their big customers are governments, the U.S. Forestry Service, and with them, they have a problem with a $5.8 million receivable that's going to be written off. And then another one of their big customers is Greece, and a part of Greece. That entity is not going to renew its contract, and they also have a receivable problem there of $2.8 million. So just because they did well last year, it looks like it doesn't mean that they're going to do well this year. What they do is they provide heavy helicopters and related services for firefighting, but that's totally dependent on government. So I don't know how they increase their business, especially with everything, with the government problem with revenue. So I would pass on that one.
Then we have Enercom. This company is an ethanol company, and it too is very dependent on the government for maybe not as a customer, but tax subsidies and such. So that also, makes me a little nervous that they're so dependent upon the government.
Yeah, what they do is they turn municipal solid waste. What is that? Well, guess what? But they convert that into cellulose ethanol, and that market is dependent on government mandates and subsidies. And in addition, the ethanol prices are going through the floor right now. There's just not enough demand in that area. And when people think about subsidies and tax credits, think of the wind industry, because that's really dependent on tax credits, and they get renewed or they don't get renewed. And so the prognosis actually in the solar area is not very good because the taxes and subsidies are not going to go forward. And in the case of this company, the ethanol taxes, subsidies, are due to expire December 2012, and with a different political climate, I wouldn't count on those being renewed.
All right, so with these two government-dependent companies, you might want to stay on the sidelines for these IPOs.
This market is
stock tickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to